Hello, students. Welcome to the ninth chapter, last phase of Struggle for Independence, Standard 8, Subject History, Part 1. In today's session, we are going to talk about a law, about an act that was passed in 1935. And after the Act of 1935, we are going to talk about what all incidents and movement took place in India. So let's start with Act of 1935. In this act, a provision was made for the British governed Indian provinces, that is, on the provinces where the Britishers were ruling, and princely states to form a federation. Federation means coming together, joining a group. And according to this act, the working of the British governed provinces will be given to the Indian provinces, that is, to the representative of India, to the leaders. Now, Britishers will not govern them, but the princely states refused to join the federation. They didn't want their autonomy to be taken away, that is, their freedom, their power over their own states to be taken away. So, for the very same reason, they refused to join the federation. Now, if they would join the federation, then the one who is the leader of the federation, he would be running the system. The one in the central government would be running the system. So it means if you join the federation that come in a group, then you can't work alone. So the proposal of federal state in this act was not brought into practice because princely states refused to join the federation. So after Act of 1935, let's move on to another event, that is provincial cabinets. Now Indian National Congress was not happy. They were not satisfied with the Act of 1935. But they decided they will take part in the election in the provincial legislature that was provided by the act. So in 1937, election was held in 11 provinces, that is 11 states in the country. And among these, Indian National Congress gains majority with over 8 provinces, and Indian National Congress comes to power. And in the other 3 provinces, no other party achieved majority, and therefore they got together and formed a mixed cabinet. Now, the cabinet ministers of Indian National Congress did many useful work, like people who were political prisoners, that is, political leaders who were in jail. They were released. The basic education was introduced. Prohibition on liquor was made. To improve the condition of Dalits, lots of measures were undertaken, and many acts were passed to relieve farmers from debt, that is, relief from loan, and many such works were undertaken by the cabinets of Indian National Congress. Then after the provincial cabinets, a very important event took place, that is Cripps Mission. Now during this time, that is in 1939, Second World War had started. During the Second World War, England supported America against Japan. Now, if you look into the map, Japan is a part of Asia and it is also nearby to India. England is far from India as compared to Japan. England is on another continent and Japan is on another continent. So, during the Second World War, the Japanese army was about to reach the eastern border of India. Now, Britishers needed India's cooperation. That is, Britishers felt that if Japan will attack on British province India, and if the Indians did not support Britishers, then England will lose its hold on India. That means nor Britishers will be able to win the war with Japan, and mostly Britishers will lose its rule over India. Due to this reason, Britishers Prime Minister Winston Churchill sent Stafford Cripps to India. As soon as Sir Stafford Cripps came to India, he kept a proposal in 1942 in front of the Indians. But none of the political parties were satisfied with his proposal. Indian National Congress also rejected the proposal. Now, why they refused? Because now India and its political leaders were demanding for complete independence. Since there was no discussion or point of complete independence on the proposal, they rejected. And so even Muslim League also rejected the proposal because there was no point mentioned on creation of Pakistan in the proposal. So everyone, all political leaders disagreed with the Cripps proposal. So the Cripps mission turned failure. Now we will talk about Second World War and the Indian National Congress. The Second World War had started in Europe in 1939. In 1939, the Viceroy of India was Lord Lithgow. He declared that India has joined Britain, England, and now India along with British will fight war in the Second World War. Now Japan was the enemy of England, so it meant India also had to fight against Japan. And England also claimed that India is fighting in sight with England to save Europe's democracy. Now we need to understand very clearly. Now England claimed that India is fighting in support of England to save Europe's democracy. So the question arises, where is India's democracy? Now England is trying to save their democracy, but what about India? The country that they are taking in the fight, Second World War, what about that country's democracy? So Indian National Congress demanded that if the claim was true, then England should immediately grant freedom to India. India too should have a democratic government. But England didn't fulfill this demand. They refused the demand. So the provincial ministers of India, that is Indian National Congress, resigns in November 1939. If the Britishers are not staying strong in their own words, if there is no truth in what England claims, why should India support England? So from this we can see how much the Britishers, England lied, cheated and backstabbed. So what happens next? Quit India movement starts. After Cripps mission, the Indian National Congress decides that once again we will start with an intense movement for attaining independence. This time they decided we need to get our independence, and the working committee of the Congress passes a resolution. Now resolution is they put forth some points. So the working committee of the Congress passes a resolution on 14 July 1942 at Wardha. And the resolution demanded that the British rule in India should be ended immediately and India should be given independence. Indian National Congress warned that if the demand is not fulfilled, then India will again start a non-violent movement in India for freedom. So as again the demand was not fulfilled, another movement was started, that is Quit India movement. For this movement, some resolutions were made. On 7th August 1942, a session was held by Indian National Congress at Gwalior Tank. Gwalior Tank is now known as Kranti Maidan in Mumbai. And Maulana Abul Kalam Azad was the president of this session. By the Congress Working Committee passes a resolution that was Britishers have to leave India. In Wardha, this resolution gets passed by Congress Working Committee and it was to be finally approved in Mumbai session. So on 8th August, the resolution of Quit India was put forth by Jawaharlal Nehru, which got passed with great majority. And it was also decided that nationwide non-violent agitation will be held under Mahatma Gandhiji. Gandhiji said to people that every one of you Indians should from this movement consider yourself a free man or woman and behave like a citizen of free India. He said, we shall either free India or die in the attempt. Gandhiji made an inspirational appeal, that is request to the public to be ready to sacrifice with the feeling of do or die. This was the resolution that gets passed and new movement of Quit India movement starts. In the next session, we will be studying about the events and incidents happened when Quit India movement started. Thank you.